week's wellness webcast. My name is Mo Wolf. I am your CEO of Little Honeys LLC, the makers of Bee Rescue Propolis Care and Bee Energized Raw Bee Pollen products. This is the live wellness webcast on Ustream, being broadcast right now. You can find our link via our Facebook page and be a part of our broadcast live. All right. I have two people in my office today. We have Norman, my dear friend and standard fare, the official program observer. And we have Ryan, our sales guy for the Midwest, stopping in to heckle and otherwise be a part of the peanut gallery. He really does look like one of those old guys in the Muppets that sits up in the back and makes it, he really does look that way. Don't choke, Mo. Well, this is a red letter day, as the family knows. This is a very important day. Did you know why? No, you don't, but I'm going to tell you why this is an important day. This is an important day because 15 years ago, this very afternoon, my little sister, Ivy, arrived in the United States from Thailand. So this is Coming to America Day. Welcome, welcome. Ivy, we're so glad you came. We love you. How's that for starting the show on our right foot? This is the put your foot down. This is the Wellness Webcast. And for the last few weeks, you've been hearing me talk about how we were supposed to talk about obesity this week, but we're going to put it off one more week. Well, we're going to talk about it this week. It is a very important topic, and so we're going to tackle it this week. Obesity is, well, when I was a kid, everybody just thought of it as an aesthetic problem. And it's, well, on the surface for a lot of folks, it might just be an aesthetic problem. But as a healthcare practitioner, as a brother, as a father, as a husband, as a friend, I'm more concerned about the physiological problems associated with obesity. Now, according to current estimates are that 97 million people are dealing with obesity at some level. 97 million people are either overweight or obese. That's a huge number of people. The problem with obesity isn't the fact that, you just have to buy a bigger belt. The problem is that it puts you at risk for such things as coronary artery disease, high blood pressure, stroke, diabetes, sleep apnea, other respiratory problems, orthopedic conditions where your knees and your lower back, your ankles, they're all shot. It puts you at greater risk for depression. And it puts you at greater risk for certain cancers, particularly endometrial cancer, breast cancer, and colon cancer. All because of being overweight or obese. Well, the problem, it's a physiological problem. It's a real problem. It's not just aesthetics. In prepping for this show, I've talked to several MDs, and I've read a lot of material put out by a number of MDs. And what I've seen is some of these MDs are saying, well, the cause of obesity is behavioral. We've got to change the behavior. All right, to a certain point, yeah. Others say the problem is genetic. My parents were obese, so therefore I'm obese. All right, yeah, there's a genetic influence, but not one of these is going to be the end-all, be-all root cause for obesity. Some of the doctors that I've read, one of them even suggested that the problem is the food manufacturers and the advertising executives that come up with these ad campaigns to peddle their wares. But guess what? Are they really the problem? I think if you and I were going to be honest with ourselves, yes, all of these things play a factor. But when it comes down to it, the problem of obesity starts right here. Right here and here with you and me. Because we're the ones that make the choice of what goes into our body. Yeah, to a certain degree, advertisers appeal to our very basic instinct and try to get us to buy their food. But you know what? As I'm driving down the road at around, I'm driving down the road at around 2 in the afternoon and I haven't eaten all day, and there's a McDonald's and they've got a beautiful picture of a hamburger, and I'm telling you it looks so good, I don't have to stop. Well, number one, I'm a celiac, which means I'm allergic to the wheat in the bun anyway, and it'd probably kill me. But number two, even if I didn't have the celiac disease, that sensitivity, that allergy to the wheat, stopping and eating that burger, I'd still have no reason to. I could still make that choice. No, I'm not going to stop. It all comes down to, are we exercising the frontal lobe of our brain, our willpower? Now, that means that it's personal responsibility, and I know that not a lot of people like to really go there. But we have to, because of all of the things that are at stake. Coronary artery disease, high blood pressure, stroke, diabetes, orthopedic conditions, sleep apnea, all the way down, including cancers. If you're not going to address this issue for yourself, address this issue for your family and the people that love you and care about you. These people want you around. They enjoy you. They love you. They want you around. You want to be around to be a blessing for them. Now, you can't really be all that great of a blessing if you're feeling miserable, if the quality of your life stinks. So how do we address the quality of our life? We address the quality of our life by, well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you 3 very simple things that we can address the quality of our life. Number 1, watch the food that you put into your body. We've got all these celebrities and politicians right now talking about how we need to change what we eat. Great, fine. But you know what? No amount of celebrity endorsement, no amount of public service announcement is going to change that. You can't change the culture from the top down. You got to change it from the grassroots going up. So that means starting with you and me, we have to decide what we're going to eat. Now, if you have a budget problem and you're doing your family budget and you realize, you know what, we're spending out of control, what are we spending on? Because I think I can make a pretty convincing argument for everything that I'm buying. Well, then you start listing down every expense that you make that week. And then at the end of the week you say, whoa, I bought a lot of gas station burritos this week. That's a depressing thought. And you realize I've been paying $5.99 for a gas station burrito. And I did that 6 nights this week. Wow, that's expensive. For that same price, I could have made myself a really good meal at home. Well, wait a minute. We were just looking at it from a fiscal responsibility point of view. It's okay to start logging down our expenditures so we can keep track of our fiscal spending. But what about the food that we put into our bodies? Take a week. My challenge for you is this. My challenge for you is take 1 week and get yourself a notebook and write down in your fancy notebook everything that goes into your body. All of the food that you eat, all of the drink that you ingest, anything that goes into your mouth. If you're a smoker, write down what you smoke. If you chew tobacco, write down. If you chew gum, write down each piece of gum that you put into everything that goes in, you write down. And at the end of the week, what you will do is you will then go back and you will analyze that data. And you will see just how many cups of coffee you drank, how many soda pops you drank. You will see just how many gas station burritos you ate. You will see just how many Pop-Tarts you had, how many Doritos you ate. And then once you start quantifying the amounts of these different types of food, then what you'll do is you'll look at the ingredients on these food and you'll say, BPH, what is that? Google it. BPH. Whoa! And I had 12 servings of this stuff. I drank 12 Mountain Dews. Man, I should be at Mr. Asbestos with all that fire retardant I've got coursing through my veins now. Do you see my point? The point is, keep track of what you're putting into your body. So that way you can look at it, analyze it, and hopefully scare the pants off yourself with the garbage that you're putting into your body. You're actually causing your body to fight against itself. That causes inflammation within the body. That causes all manner of physiological nightmare. Feed yourself good food. Feed your family good food. You'll find out it's actually cheaper. You'll find out that your overall health goes up and wellness goes up and the quality of your life goes up. So keep track of the food that you're ingesting. Next thing I want you to do is, are you ready for this? Next small change that you're going to make is you are going to walk. How about that? You're going to walk. Studies show that by walking at a moderate pace for just 30 minutes per day has been shown to cut the risk of heart disease in some folks by up to 40%. How's that? Yes, Mr. Pacemaker. That's incredible. Just by walking at a moderate pace for about 30 minutes a day. Now, I'm not saying go out, Norman. Don't you dare go out and get yourself your sequin polyester tracksuit. I don't want to see you showing up here at the office in your fancy tracksuit with your flashing lights and your sneakers and your headband. Then everyone will look at you and say, "Hey, Jerry!" And they'll think you're Dad. Sorry, Dad. Boy, I'm going to hear that one. I'm not saying you have to go out and you have to carve out 30 minutes a day and start walking. In fact, I'm not a big fan of just walking for exercise. The idea is to get your heart rate up for a total of 30 minutes a day. So that way, that circulation is increased, and what happens is you're reducing your cortisol levels in the blood, that stress hormone that we've talked about the last couple of weeks. You are increasing that circulation. You're causing the vasodilation. You're causing the body to burn that stored fuel, the fat. You're decreasing the inflammation in the body. You see where you're starting to trend in the right direction now. Now, let's think about this. Remember, small course corrections to get to our goal. Our goal is to lose 5% of our body weight. Small course corrections to get there. Analyzing the food that we eat, writing it down, and then determining what it was that we were putting into our body. Then walking, moving, raising that heart rate for just 30 minutes a day. Just a little bit. How many of you park your car on the way to work? You get to work, you park your car, and then you slowly walk in. Or do you walk in at a brisk pace? Does your heart rate go up? How many of you are walking slowly to the copy machine? How many of you walk slowly through the grocery store? How many of you walk slowly across the yard to get home at night? The idea is when you've got to move your body and ambulate from point A to point B, walk at a brisk pace. Walk with some chutzpah. Walk with a sense of urgency so that that heart rate goes up and it becomes exercise. You don't want to do walking? Fine. We talked about Qigong 2 weeks ago. Do your Qigong exercises and do them with a certain intensity so that your heart rate goes up a little bit, so you're getting that 30 minutes a day of elevated heart rate. Your blood pressure will go down, you'll lower your risk of cardiovascular event, you'll improve the glucose control in your body if you're a diabetic, you will improve the signs and symptoms of lower back pain and knee pain, which equates to, hey, you're going to lower your pain. Bottom line. Lastly, the third step that we're going to talk about here is, you ready for this one, Norman? The third step is get some sleep. Norman just conked out. My broadcast is that boring, huh? Get some sleep. Correlation has been discovered between the lack of sleep and the health of your heart. Correlation has also been discovered between a lack of sleep and an increased risk of breast cancer and colon cancer. Now let's think about this. You were designed so that your body functioned on a 24-hour cycle. Your body was designed to actually sleep for a certain number of hours a day. Between 6 and 8 hours a day is optimum. Your body was designed for that. Even on a cellular level, we can see the need for this. And when we start operating outside of that pattern, boy, bad things happen. Hormones get out of balance. Neurotransmitters get out of balance. We start, blood glucose levels go out of whack. Everything starts spiraling out of control, and we become a physiological train wreck, and we start getting sick. And these little episodes of getting sick, they're supposed to be the red flag to say, hey, slow down, buddy. Get some rest, buddy. Start making these minor course corrections to your life so that you don't have a major train wreck like cancer or heart disease. Make the minor corrections now, so that way in the future, you don't have the train wreck. Your body was designed to get rest. There is nothing on the internet that's worth staying up all night for. There just isn't. There is no TV show that's worth staying up late for. There just isn't. Get some rest. Your body needs it. Move your body during the waking hours. Elevate that heart rate for 30 minutes a day. Move your body through full range of motion whenever you can. Stretch. Oh, there's a reason a dog stretches itself the first thing it gets up. Oh, that feels good. Your body needs these things. Feed your body good fuel. For those of you that are trying to lose that 5% body weight, one of the things I'm going to tell you is start adding a little bee pollen to your diet. Get yourself some bee-energized raw bee pollen, because that pollen contains all of the vitamins, minerals that make up your body. It contains all of the amino acids that your body needs, all of the proteins, all of the essential proteins, everything your body needs. Right here. And you know what? See that? See how beautiful that is? Just 2 of those grains takes about 72 minutes for the bees to collect. And it's not to be squandered. It's not to be wasted. It's not to be thrown out. It's a gift for you. It's a gift for your wellness, your well-being. Because what these guys are going to do is they are going to go into your body, and they're going to be readily absorbed, and they're going to give your body all of that nutrition, which is then going to help the metabolism come back into equilibrium. Which means people that struggle with being overweight, they're going to lose some weight. People like me that are chronically underweight, yes, I am a runt and I'm proud of it. My mother would call me a tapeworm with shoulders. In fact, she has called me that. My self-esteem may never recover. The idea is, get this stuff into your body. Eat this stuff. Ingest it, because you're fueling your body for life. I always tell folks, take about a teaspoon and put it into a cup. Hit that teaspoon throughout the day. By 5 o'clock, that teaspoon of pollen should be gone. Now, you will find increased strength, increased stamina. You will find that your thinking is clearer because now you're starting to feed your body the fuel that it needs. I wanted to share this with you because, well, this is the Wellness Webcast. This is what we do. We're concerned about wellness. We're concerned about beautiful living, quality of life. Quality of life comes from choosing to be a blessing, choosing to do the right thing, choosing to impact other people's lives for the better. Well, on behalf of all of us here at Bee Rescued Propolis Care and Bee Energized Raw Bee Pollen, I want to say thank you for joining us, and consider making these small course corrections, because in the end, I tell you what, it's so worth it. Your kids want you around, your loved ones want you around, you want to be there for them. So, let's do that. Until next week, be happy, be well. Thank you.